Chrissy Lampkin, who has been with Jim Jones through everything, is crying, but not out of love. That's a result of a shocking revelation that is rocking their world to its foundation. Could this DNA test result be the end of their fairy tale? Or is there something more sinister at work here? You might want to settle in because what we're about to reveal will make you re-evaluate everything. You thought you knew about these two newborn DNA results, but not just any DNA results. What's actually happening behind the scenes of this isn't your usual celebrity drama. It's the kind of scandal that will have the internet talking for days. Chrissy Lampkin, who never backs down from a challenge, is shaken by the truth that's now out in the open. And Jim Jones, well, he's looking like the cat that ate the canary butt. Why? What's the real story behind this shocking revelation? Stay tuned because we've got all the juicy details that will have you wondering whether the love story everyone is talking about was real, built on a shaky foundation. What's the truth and what's just for show? Let's go back a moment. Jim Jones, the Harlem rapper with a reputation that precedes him, has been in the public eye for years, whether it's for his legendary contribution to the rap game or his highly public relationship with Chrissy Lampkin. There's no doubting that these two have been the focus of countless headlines, but this time is different. After all, who could have predicted that the couple who just shared their adorable baby news would be in the news? With the world at the center of a DNA scandal that has everyone talking, Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin have been the epitome of relationship goals. We've seen them on TV shows, in interviews, and posting sweet moments on Instagram. So why is Chrissy crying after Jim? Yes, you heard that right. DNA results in a newborn and tears. It sounds like a plot twist straight out of a soap opera. But no, this is real life. Or at least that's what we're supposed to believe. Let's break it down for you. Chrissy Lampkin, who is known for her strong no-nonsensic attitude, was crying and appeared ready to flip the script on everything we thought we knew about their family dynamic and Jim Jones. When Jones dropped this bombshell about their newborn's DNA test, rumors quickly spread, leaving people perplexed. Was this some sort of publicity stunt, or was there something much darker going on behind the scenes? Was it really just an innocent mistake, or is there more to this shocking revelation than meets the eye? He's been a master at keeping his cards close to the vest, but this was something different. He delivered a straight-faced bombshell that left the internet in shock, and Chrissy was completely shaken. The couple has been open about their struggles, and their relationship has always had its share of ups and downs. You remember the drama of the will they won't thee? Not too long ago, people were wondering if these two would ever get married, and they did, just when it seemed like they were living the ideal life. As far as the world knew, Jim and Chrissy had a perfect little family. Their baby was the result of their years of love and dedication to each other, or so we thought. However, when the DNA results came back, that's when the drama really started. What exactly did the test reveal that sent Chrissy into a tearful meltdown? Was it an error or mistake? Or is this a much bigger story than anyone could have anticipated? And more. The main reason why it seems like something is wrong with the whole situation is that when Jim Jones revealed the DNA results, nobody saw this coming. It's one thing to have a small hiccup in the family's life, but this is a scandal that could alter how people view them. The test was more than just a moment of uncertainty. It was a shocking revelation that rocked the foundation of the entire family. And let me tell you, it didn't take long for the public to start making connections and speculating about what it actually meant. But if naturally, there would be some drama in this Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin story, because what would the world be without a little controversy? Before we get too far into the story, let's take a moment to consider the nature of DNA tests in the first place. They are meant to be straightforward scientific tests that answer the question, is this child really yours? However, as we all know, DNA tests can reveal more than just biological facts. They can also reveal hidden relationships and family secrets, and most importantly, they can spark a flurry of rumors and conjecture. Exactly what we have here. So why did Jim Jones decide to reveal these results so abruptly? Why did Chrissy react the way she did? Could there be more going on than what was revealed? Is this a DNA test, or is this a well-timed diversion to hide something much larger? As the tension increases and Chrissy's tears fall, one thing is certain, isn't just a straightforward case of who the father is. This scandal is much larger than that, and you can bet that we're going to reveal all of the startling details that have been kept under wraps for far too lengthy. But before we dive into all of that, let's take a moment to discuss the history of Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin. What's really going on in their relationship? And how did they end up here in the first place? Okay, so now that we have the fundamentals down, let's take a closer look at what's actually going on. From their early days in the spotlight to their public ups and downs, these two have given us more drama than the season finale of your favorite reality show. But let's stand back and consider what's going on with these DNA results. How did we go from a joyful family announcement to a tearful emotional breakdown that is now making headlines? Could be a simple misunderstanding, or is there something much more sinister at play? If you've followed Jim and Chrissy for any length of time, you know that they've never been shy about sharing details of their personal lives with the public. In fact, they've turned it into a career when it comes to the DNA test. It's evident that there was something they weren't expecting, or perhaps even something they were hoping for. Let's start with the facts, or at least the facts we're getting, because things are starting to get a little suspicious. Jim Jones, in all his glory, proudly announced the results of this highly controversial DNA test to the public, and then things took a turn in a stunning reveal. He shared the test results, and Chrissy was reduced to tears. We don't need to be experts in body language to understand that her reaction wasn't just about determining whether or not the child was Jim's. Oh no, there's more going on here. The internet, as usual, went into a frenzy with comment sections exploding, Twitter on fire, and social media full of people questioning the test's integrity. The problem is that nobody seems to have the whole story. Why did Jim wait until now to drop this bombshell? Was it all part of a planned move to garner attention, or was it just bad timing? It didn't take long for the rumors to get out of hand. Was Chrissy genuinely shocked by the outcome, or was this all part of the performance? We know that Jim and Chrissy like to keep people guessing, but seemed way too personal for a publicity stunt. While some fans gathered around Chrissy to offer consolation and support, others couldn't help but wonder if there was a darker side to this revelation. Was Jim attempting to prove that he was the good guy in this whole situation? Or was the way the test results were handled raised suspicions? And anonymous sources naturally emerged, claiming to have insider knowledge about the couple's personal lives. Some claim Jim Jones may have known something all along that he didn't want the world to know just yet, and Chrissy may have been shocked by what she saw. But it's also possible that she was playing along with the drama for the sake of her career and the family brand. Finally, there were the trolls, who, of course, were always there online. Memes and sarcastic remarks about the couple's emotional breakdown were widely shared on social media, with some even going so far as to claim that the entire situation was staged for their upcoming reality show because, well, why wouldn't it be, right? The comments were savage, but you have to admit that they made a point. Is this all just a big publicity stunt to keep the spotlight on Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin? The real juicy stuff began to surface when we obtained some so-called leaked insider information from these sources who, let's be asterisk, since the DNA test wasn't just about the baby's paternity at this point, anyone could be concerned. However, there were some serious allegations regarding the test's credibility. One anonymous source claimed that the results were delayed, creating needless drama that could have distracted from other problems Jim Jones was dealing with. Another insider claimed that Jim had paid a significant amount to ensure that the test results were as positive as possible. Now, you're probably wondering who is leaking these outrageous details. Is it truly a secret source, or is someone just trying to get their 15? Although it may seem heartbreaking at first, Sources close to the situation have even suggested that Jim may have planned this entire incident for the publicity boost. Consider how much easier it is to keep the spotlight on you when your personal life is falling apart. The more dramatic the reveal, the more people pay attention. According to one source, gotten it down to a science, and if we're discussing motivations, let's not overlook Chrissy's own media history. She has been in the news before, but could this be the biggest headline to date? And what about Jim? With all the ups and downs in their relationship, does anyone really think that this DNA test wasn't a part of their continued pursuit of media dominance? Finally, let's discuss the fallout because, well, there are always repercussions when things like this happen. While Jim Jones, consider how carefully these celebrity relationships are managed. Every word, appearance, and move is planned to maximize publicity, maintain the illusion of control, and, most importantly, generate controversy. Chrissy Lampkin and her brand, their relationship, and even their careers could be seriously impacted by this new revelation. Trust me, the story is far from over, and the fallout could be as dramatic as the DNA test itself. Revenue, but what happens if, for example, a DNA test is made public and the results are found to be falsified or manipulated? This could lead to a legal nightmare, including lawsuits for defamation and breach of trust. Chrissy Lampkin, who has been with Jim for years, might feel totally unprepared for this whole situation. If she finds out that the results were tampered with, the damage to their relationship, both personal and professional, would be disastrous. Furthermore, what about the emotional toll? You don't have to be a we've seen her cry in public before. But this time felt different because there was something almost manipulative about the whole situation. What happens when the truth comes out? Will Chrissy feel like her entire life has been a lie? Or will she double down and continue playing the part? Relationship experts know that things like this can cause major rifts between people. Chrissy's emotional breakdown was obviously a sign that something deeper is at play here. Sure, she may have been acting it up for the cameras, but do you think she's actually okay with the way things have unfolded? Time will tell if as a part of the supportive girlfriend. But believe me when I say that this emotional breakdown is only the beginning. Next is the public response. We've already discussed the memes, sarcasm, and crazy conspiracy theories that are going around on social media. But let's stand back and consider the true repercussions. For example, consider how much Jim Jones has built his career on being unapologetic and raw and real. But how much of that will change after this DNA test scandal? Some fans might turn against him, questioning his integrity, honesty, and decision-making skills because people are erratic. One minute they love you, and the next they're looking for someone to break up with. What about Chrissy Lampkin? Will this have an impact on her brand as well? She has established a reputation as a strong, devoted woman who always supports her partner, but will this DNA test and her emotional response to it portray her as weak or naive? Perhaps some people will view her as a woman caught up in the drama. In the world of celebrity, one mistake can send you into oblivion, and this is a big one. In addition, if Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin have been playing the game of publicity and media manipulation for as long as they have, you better believe they know how to capitalize on drama. Perhaps they will view her as the victim in all of this, a woman who is pushed to the breaking point. In any case, it will be difficult for Chrissy to leave this situation without her image being damaged. These kinds of controversies tend to generate business opportunities that you can't even imagine. The question is whether it will work, whether this public spectacle will boost their careers, or whether it will implode and leave them with nothing. Maybe Chrissy starts selling emotional support merchandise with slogans like "Trust the process" or "Team Jim and Chrissy forever." They discuss everything in their shocking journey through the DNA drama book and podcast. Situation is part of a larger, more planned strategy. There could be serious financial repercussions. What if Jim and Chrissy had been waiting for the tea? We've seen it happen time and time again. Celebrities incite drama, shed a few tears, and watch the money come in. Could this be a money-making scheme disguised as a genuine family moment? You know how this game works. The more you keep people guessing, the more hooked they are, and these two are no strangers to keeping the public interested. There's always a dark side to these things, though. What if the plan backfires? What if the public sees through the ruse and turns against them? We've seen it happen with other celebrities before. If people begin to question the validity of the DNA test, the backlash could be serious, including financial difficulties, legal issues, and public scrutiny that no amount of media manipulation can resolve. Will Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin be able to recover if this whole scandal happens? The end of their public careers as we know them. The questions keep coming up, don't they? That's the beauty of it. There's a lot of uncertainty about what's actually happening behind the scenes. But one thing is certain, this scandal has only just started. And it will only get more bizarre from here, whether it's a genuine emotional breakdown or a failed media stunt. The fallout from this DNA test will keep us talking for a while. But one thing is certain, Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin have once again managed to capture the "your opinion matters" more than ever in this case. So please hit the like button if you're shocked by what you just heard. The public's attention and the results are explosive. And just like that, we've reached the end of this jaw-dropping saga. However, before you leave, we need to know what you think. Is this whole DNA test scandal just another publicity stunt? Or is something deeper happening here? Do you think Chrissy Lampkin's emotional reaction is genuine? Or is she just playing a part in a larger game? If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for more juicy, shocking updates because we have more exclusive revelations coming your way that you won't find anywhere else. We'll be back soon with the truth you've been waiting for. So remember that the truth is out there and that we are the ones bringing it to you. Stay tuned, stay skeptical, and always keep your eyes wide open. I promise you that no one will want to miss this video.